Have you ever been there? Just replaying a conversation in your head like 100 times, trying to figure out what they really meant? Wondering if someone likes you back can seriously drive you crazy. So in this explainer, we're going to decode the 8 key signs that someone has a secret crush on you. Right. That's the million-dollar question. Are you picking up on real signals or is it just wishful thinking? Well, we're about to find out. Let's break down 8 telltale signs that'll help you figure out if you've got a secret admirer on your hands. And that feeling is just the worst. But you know what? Instead of just guessing, we're going to become detectives. We're going to look for the evidence, and we'll break our investigation down into 2 key areas. Okay, first up, we're diving into the stuff they can't really control, their body language. These are those little unconscious signals that, honestly, say way more than words ever could. Let's get into the first clue. Our first piece of evidence is what I call the personality shift. This is when you notice a big change in how they act. But, and this is the key part, it only happens when you're around. Ever see someone's whole vibe just switch up the second you walk into a room? Yeah, that's what we're looking for. See, it's all about the contrast. Maybe they're usually the super loud, life of the party type, but around you, they get all quiet and reserved. Or maybe it's the opposite. They're normally shy, but with you, they're suddenly extra cheerful and chatty. That shift happens because they're probably feeling a little flustered, you know? They just don't know how to act around someone they're into. All right, clue number 2 is the magnetic pull. This is all about physical space. It can feel like there's this invisible force just constantly pulling them closer to you, even when there's no logical reason for it. And these clues can be super subtle. Like they might take the long way around just to walk past your desk, or they accidentally run into you in the hallway. Sometimes they just kind of linger in the same area. This is a classic move, especially for shyer people who just want to be near you, even if they aren't quite ready to talk yet. The eyes. You know what they say, they're the window to the soul, right? Well, our third clue is all about eye contact. Specifically, those little moments when you catch them looking at you. Now, this can go one of 2 ways. On one hand, they might really struggle to meet your eyes and then dart away super fast when you catch them. That's a classic sign of being nervous. Or, on the other hand, they might let their gaze linger just a little too long when they think you're not paying attention. Either way, it's a huge sign of attraction. Okay, our final nonverbal clue is one of the most simple, but also one of the most powerful. Their smile. But we're not talking about just any old smile. We're on the lookout for a special smile, one that seems like it's reserved just for you. So, really pay attention to this. Is it that small, bashful smile that kind of says they're happy but nervous to see you? Or is it a huge, ear-to-ear grin that just screams excitement? If you notice, they have a specific smile that only comes out when they see you or when you're talking, that is a very, very good sign they're feeling it. So we've covered all the unconscious stuff. Now let's flip the script and look at the conscious choices they make. These are the deliberate actions that show they're actively trying to get closer to you. Sign number 5 is all about who's making the first move. In this day and age with texts and social media, you really got to pay attention to who is consistently putting in the effort to reach out. I mean, think about it. Did they ask for your number? Did they follow you on social media first? Do they text you just to say hey for no real reason? Someone who reaches out first, especially without a specific purpose, is sending a crystal clear signal. They want you in their life more. Next up, a sign that's, let's be honest, always nice to get. The compliment shower. This is when someone seems just genuinely impressed by you, and they are not afraid to let you know. When someone has a crush, it's like they have a spotlight on you. They notice the little things. So if you find that someone is constantly showering you with compliments and seems almost dazzled by things you think are totally normal, that's a pretty easy sign to spot. They are into you. Now, this next one is really interesting because it's an actual test you can run. It's a subtle little trick you can use to see just how invested they are in talking with you. Okay, here's how it works. Next time you're talking, just subtly start to disengage. You could look a little distracted, maybe start packing up your bag like you're about to leave, or even turn slightly to talk to someone else. The logic is simple. Most people will just politely let the conversation die. But someone with a crush, they'll probably try to get your attention back. They'll try to re-engage you because they're eager for every second of your attention.
Our eighth and final sign might just be the most important one of all, because it's about the one resource we can never get back: time. It's all about how they prioritize their time when you're involved.
Think about it. Does this person say yes to pretty much every single thing you invite them to? Have they ever rescheduled other plans just so they could hang out with you? When someone consistently makes time for you and makes you a priority, that's a powerful signal that you're important to them. It shows they really care. So there we have it. 8 different signs, from the things they can't control to the things they do on purpose. But here's the most important thing to remember. It's not about spotting one of these signs by itself. It's about seeing a consistent pattern of these behaviors over time. And here's a great way to look at the whole framework. On one side, you have the unconscious body language clues, and on the other, you have the deliberate, action-based clues. When you start seeing them do things from both of these columns, well, that's when the evidence starts to get really, really strong. And that brings us to one last question. As you were listening to all of these signs, were you picturing someone else? Or did you maybe recognize a little bit of yourself in there? Something to think about. Thanks for joining me for this explainer.